Hi, hello, hello, hi, and welcome to all our hearts and minds. Thank you again for tuning in. We're here to discuss all things that have been on our hearts and minds, the good, the bad, the concerning, and uplifting, or just straight talk. We're your hosts, Kimmy, our passionate heart,
Wagwan.
and me, Jeanette, our mind and chronic overthinker. Let's get into it.
Yes.
Okay, so back again for another episode. Hope you guys enjoyed our last one. Very controversial, talking about Brick Girl.
Mm-hmm.
There's been some updates there, but maybe we could discuss later. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just jump into our checkup.
Mm-hmm.
And my friend, how have you been?
I've been okay. Another week down for the back to school. I'm probably going to be saying that until Thanksgiving. But these people already have these kids on a PA day. Okay, Brethren, they just got back to school and we're talking PA day already. I feel like when I was growing up, PA days were far in between. But anyway, other than that, it was a good week. Can't complain. The weather was kind of but overall, made it true. How about you, girl? What's poppin'?
Mm, he had a good week. Like I said last time, I was in Montreal, or Quebec, our French part of Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's a very lovely city. It was more work than play, unfortunately. Wah, wah, wah.
Right?
But it's always nice to what the only reason I get anything out of it is I can get some aeroplan points on my travel card.
Yeah.
So I'll take it. So when I have my real
Right?
trips, I have some kind of
Helps you
perks.
out. Yes, I agree.
But otherwise, it was a good week. It was pretty laid back because of that. Everybody was kind of tired when we came back, so it was quiet and nice and easy
Mm-hmm.
breezy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all right. So sounds like we're doing good. Sounds like we're in good spirits. I mean, the PE days are popping up on you unexpectedly,
They've been
but
in school for all of
I'm
what,
sure.
3 weeks? Like, stop this. Can we have a good month pass before we talk about PA days? Like, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It's too much.
Oh damn! I wish when I was a kid, the first month that we went back to school, we
That's
got a
what I'm
PA day.
trying to. That's what I'm
It felt
saying.
like forever before we got
Right?
PADs.
I felt like months had to pass before we, like, the first PA day of the year would be Thanksgiving, right? But these kids, listen,
They have it good.
they have it grand.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
we will jump into our first headline, and that is semi-local Tory Lanez.
Yes.
His attempt at bail was unsurprisingly denied.
Well, womp
like
womp.
my like womp womp. Like you were just convicted, and so when he went to his bail court hearing, it was denied, citing that the judge said it was denied because his conviction was for a violent felony, and obviously he's at risk for a flight. He's a flight risk
Definitely.
according to the type of charges, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so I believe he served. So that was the last update, but I believe earlier this week, during this week, we record on Saturdays. He actually went in. He actually had to go into the jailhouse, and he went in, and his lawyer wasn't there because his lawyer had prior obligations. But I mentioned that. Otherwise, normally you wouldn't really care about that detail, but.
Mm-hmm.
His lawyer was on his Instagram talking about free Tory. Couldn't be there, but free Tory. I was like, this is a
Right?
circus. But anyway, I'm happy to hear that he won't be getting any bail, and he's going to start serving his time. Again, when we talked about when the conviction went down,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think he's going to serve his full time. Um, but he definitely was a little too eager for this bail hearing. It's like kind of go in there for a few days before you
Right?
just got convicted. Like, come on. The court will look at it as you're wasting their time,
Mm-hmm.
and he already wasted their time enough.
What I find nice about this situation is, unfortunately, Tory Lanez, you have to be the example of this, but that just because you have financial wealth, or you're famous, or you have, whatever, fame of some kind,
Hmm.
that you're going to be treated differently. No, you're not. You're not going to be treated differently. You're being treated the same. And
A crime is a
right,
crime.
and it's nice to see that it's actually being treated as such instead of, oh, it's a crime of a celebrity. No, you're just a regular schmegular that has a lot of money. Like, stop it. You should be treated just like anybody else. So it's nice to see that they're not kind of backing down because he has celebrity. So Tory Lanez, go sit down. You have to go sit down a little bit. Mm-hmm.
Just a little, my guy. Uh,
Like,
um, I noticed on our last recording I said "my guy" at least 3 times, and I think I've been listening to Joe Budden a little bit too much. I'm gonna have to stop. And even though I'm not the demographic for Joe Budden, it's always good to know what's being said from the male point of view. I think if you want the black male point of view, uh, that's a podcast to definitely get it because I'm like misogyny is running rampant, but whatever.
right?
I won't go there. Next on the agenda
Mm-hmm.
is Ashton Kutcher and his wife Mila
Mr.
Kunis.
Ashton.
Mr. Ashton, and the 70s, that 70s show alumni. And recently,
Yep.
after the conviction of Danny Masterson was a curly haired guy on the show. I can't remember his name on the show right now. And he was recently sentenced for 2 counts of rape.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, ouch. At his home, and I don't know the details, but he was convicted, and there's obviously enough evidence. So, and convicted as guilty. So I'm going to say that we are comfortable with saying he's guilty of those
Mm-hmm.
acts. And later it came out after the hearing sentencing came
Mm-hmm.
down that Ashton and his wife wrote character letters for Danny prior to his conviction.
Hmm.
And obviously, we saw with Tory Lanez, we saw like a lot. The public does not like when somebody who's guilty of a crime, especially a violent crime,
You know?
they don't like our celebrities or people, anybody, I guess, writing these letters because it looks like you're supporting the bad
Mm-hmm.
behavior. And I think you explained it really good when we were talking about Tory Lanez, but the character letter is not going to get that person off. It's just not.
No.
Uh, the character letter, I believe, is to kind of help with the sentencing.
The
So
leniency.
it's
The
kind of
leniency.
some sort.
Or
Yes,
you're
yes.
trying to create like a build a character like a they're trying to understand his character more, so they might
Mhm.
ask for, people to reference him or give him a letter of, not recommendation, but it's more of, why shouldn't this guy go to jail? You know what I mean? Why shouldn't this
Yeah.
person, like, what kind of character? They're trying to build up what kind
Mhm.
of character he has. And so, but Ashton Kutcher and his wife, I'm sorry, you knew what he was charged for. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
You knew what he was charged for, and you knew what he was facing time. And and the fact that you wrote a letter, I don't know. I have to kind of side eye you, Ashton. I have to side eye you and your wife. And how
So
you backtracked and pussy popped after you found out that it was leaked. So you were willing to do it
yeah.
behind closed doors, kind of thing. But when it came to light, now they're, kind of retreating from the idea of helping him. And it's unfortunate, but, you commit a crime, you commit a crime, and you should be held responsible for it. And I don't care what letter you send the judge. Um, it doesn't. A crime is a crime, and a judge is in their position because they're able to look at things objectively and not, oh, well, your friend sent you a letter talking about when they acted on that 70s show with you. Like, get out of here. Like, Ashton.
Yeah.
But yeah, what did Ashton do after that, though?
So after the backlash, and I think it's like foolish because it's similar to like Iggy
Mm-hmm.
Azalea. They don't think that these letters are going to see, like, people are going to know, the public's going to know about these things. But anybody with sense knows anything that has to do with a court case on the federal,
Right?
local, and state level. Court documents are public property. People need, particularly in the U.S.
Mm-hmm.
So it was really naive and ignorant of them to assume that those letters would not see the light of day, and they should have been ready for they should have been a little bit more prepared for this backlash. So essentially, him and Kunis did a video after, because I think the loudest complaint was Ashton owns a nonprofit or started a nonprofit that helps children, to help children and young people who are victims of sex trafficking, which is a very noble
Mm-hmm.
cause considering it's running a rampant right
Mm-hmm.
now. However, you can imagine, if you are, if you are the head or established a organization against sex trafficking, and then you're writing a character letter
A
for somebody
rapist?
who's
I don't
convicted,
know.
a rapist. So the outrage was very loud, and so him and Mila did a video, and and then following that video, he wrote a resignation letter, from that organization.
Wow.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah, I have to start to
Um, uh,
think to myself, what does he have on you, Ashton? But anyways, go on. Mm-hmm.
right, and so I've hit the state in his resignation letter. He says, after my wife and I spent several days listening, personal reflection, learning, and conversations with survivors and the employees and leadership at Thorn is the name of the
Mm-hmm.
organization, I have determined the responsible thing for me to do is resign as chairman of the board, effective immediately. I cannot allow my error in judgment to distract from our efforts and the children we serve. And the children we serve. So, um,
All I have to say is when I
yeah.
got to know more about this situation, right? Because it was very
Mhm.
surface level for me, but when I start to dig a little bit,
Yes.
I believe he has something. Danny definitely has something on Ashton. He has something on him. I don't know what it is, but the type of, like, you know what he was charged with, and you providing
Mhm.
him a letter to get off said charges, yet you're a part of a organization that basically helps people who were trafficked and raped. So I don't know why Ashton would put his neck out that far for Danny. Like, yeah, you were in that 70s show, and yeah, you guys probably stayed friends and stuff like that. But you're putting your livelihood, you're putting your wife's livelihood, you're putting your family in jeopardy, your reputation. Look, now you have to go and resign from a very noble cause, all for Danny? Really?
Mm. But like, to your point, everybody in that industry probably has some dirt.
Yeah, but it's
So,
something that is really damning. That could really, I don't know. I just don't see why he would go and put his neck out this far, knowing that what he's involved with. You're involved with,
mm,
in which, when you're involved with an organization, you know what you're involved in. And so the simple fact that your friend is being charged of this, like, the state is not just going to bring charges for no damn reason. Okay? They're going to have pretty much an airtight case to get which he has been sentenced. So, right. So he was charged, he was found guilty in the court of law, and he was sentenced. So I just don't understand why. And you know what? Something gonna come out, something is gonna come out about Ashton, because I don't understand why it just doesn't make any logical sense in terms of personality. If you have a personality to be a part of a foundation or organization of this kind, I don't know how you could ethically and morally in your brain say, I'm gonna go send, like, pretty much a reference letter, okay, to a criminal who has raped women. It just doesn't, something not clean in the buttermilk. The buttermilk is dirty. I don't know what's going on, but it don't make no damn
I can
sense.
give you that.
So
I can give you that.
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't. I'm gonna along with other things, keep my ear to the ground with this. But I wouldn't be surprised if a few weeks or months from now we hear something about Ashton and his wife, like something outside of this situation, them being exposed of something, because I really don't understand how. And on top of that, how could Ashton not know that this is public information? How could he not know that? Yet you're involved with an organization of this like of this. I just in a make no
Yeah.
sense. Make it make sense, please, because it doesn't. But Danny, you
Okay.
have good friends, man. You have some good friends over there, bro.
You have some good friends. They put themselves on the line for him. Oh. Okay, so yeah, so that's what's going on there with Ashton
Yeah.
and Ashton Kutcher and his organization. I mean, that's the only really thing he could do, to be honest. So moving on to some good black
Right?
news, or at least,
Excellence. Mm-hmm.
excellence. Media mogul Byron Allen.
Mm-hmm.
He's the black media mogul
Mm-hmm.
Byron Allen. He's the current owner of the Weather Channel over there in the U.S. So very
Mm-hmm.
lucrative. He was also one of the big media heads who put in a bid to purchase BET.
Mm-hmm.
That has since, I don't think we talked about this on this show, but BET has since stopped taking offers.
Oh, okay.
Oh, because nobody, yeah, because Tyler Perry was the biggest one, I believe, and I have to look up the details on that. Maybe you talk about that next week,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, they didn't get a good enough offer, and so I guess they have taken it off the auction block. I think the best thing to have been done was for, and Diddy said this in his interview, is
Mm-hmm.
to kind of partner and buy it, because I think it looks like, as rich as all these the Diddy's of the world and the Byrons and the Tylers of the world, it clearly couldn't be done with just there, because they have too many other things on top of purchasing. So it's like a kind of a capital risk for one entity to buy it. The best idea would have been for people to pool together and then purchase it. But who knows, egos and everything like that. So,
Yeah. Um,
um,
I really hope that
but
I hope that
anyway,
BT though, I hope they if they sell it that they sell it to someone black. I'm sorry.
oh
I
yeah,
gotta put that out
yeah,
there.
that's what we.
I gotta put that out there because stranger things have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
it's
just hope that
entirely
it's to
possible.
someone who is actually black and of the culture,
Mm.
and can understand and utilize BET in a different way than it has been in the last, I'd say, decade. Because,
Here's what I think is going to
hmm
happen. Here's what I think is going to happen, just based on the scenario I just outlined. There needs to be a coalition of people, assuming black, that pool together and then create one entity. So say Byron and, let's say in scenario, let's say Byron and Diddy and Tyler. All three of them say, okay, we're gonna pool in our assets and create one entity. So let's say it's the Diddy, the TPB.
hmm
So all their initial TTB um investments or something
hmm
like that. And then that is the entity that buys BT.
right.
That is, to me, is the only, I think, smart way. I wouldn't want one person to buy it as well. I think I would prefer it to be kind of like a
Yeah,
collective, and that holds people
that's
accountable.
true.
And I think that's going to happen.
Yeah, that is
I
true.
think that's what's
But
going to happen.
I'm gonna take Diddy out of that equation because Diddy is ratchet as shit. I can't deal with him and his business ethics. Like I just can't. And so I could totally see Tyler Perry saying, "Nah, fam, nah,
Yeah,
fam."
I think Tyler. I could see Tyler being the one who wanted to do it himself, but I don't like that idea. I think I'd rather see at least a good three or four, five, six, even
Well, I'll be quite honest
entities,
with
whoever
you.
they may
I
be.
think a woman needs to be in that dynamic,
Oh well, yeah, a woman needs to
right?
be in there. I'm trying to think. Oprah. Oh, Oprah could be one. Oprah's one.
So my three would be because I think
Yeah,
three is a good number because it's
yeah.
the accountability. It's strong. You know what I mean when you have three
Yeah,
people. But anyway, so I would do Oprah, Tyler Perry, okay, and I would do Byron.
and you would do Byron. I'm not comfortable with how. Well, I like that, but but Oprah and Tyler are very close.
Yes,
You know,
but what
it's
I
almost like
can
the
say
same
about
person.
Oprah is don't play with her money.
Okay,
Don't play with
okay,
her money. So yeah, I'll
yeah.
kiki it up.
No
We'll
matter who
kiki
you
it up
are.
on the weekend, bro. But come Monday, don't play with my money. Like I can see Oprah doing that, right? Like Oprah didn't get to where she is by being soft, right? And so
No, that's
she's
true.
had to be in the room with people who are bigger and badder than Byron and Tyler put together. So, I mean, you know, she didn't get where she is by being nice. Let's just say it that way. A lot of people say Oprah's this and all, and you know what? I love Oprah. She's great, but what she's been doing to Hawaii right now, I don't know. I have to give you the side eye, Oprah, but we'll talk about that another day because Hawaii, they
Yeah.
had it up. They had a big, natural disaster the other day, or so they say. And Oprah, I don't know. She's being questioned by a lot of people on how she's moving. So I think Oprah, generally speaking, in terms of business, I think that friend is friend, but business is business, and you don't play with her money.
Mm.
So I think because she has a lot of experience in terms of networking, like she has her
Yeah.
own network.
Yeah, of course.
So
Of course,
right,
yeah.
I think she would be a great asset. I think that in terms of entertainment, Tyler Perry would kind of clean up BET a bit and the ratchetness. And Byron, I think, could add a flair. Like I think he could add a bit of a flair in terms of, seeing that he's inclined in a lot of different ways in entertainment. So I think that that would be a strong force. Diddy, I need you to take several seats, someplace, please. Because
Yeah. So Byron, he's a very successful media mogul, and so now he's turned his sights on the ABC network,
okay,
and some other channels. So Disney, everybody's saying Disney. It sounds crazy with Disney, but obviously, I hate to, Disney's a beast, and I don't hate to say the assumption, but like, there's no way he's buying
no,
Disney. Disney's
no,
not gonna.
not no
So when
BET.
I did
This
my
is Disney. Like
research,
stop.
yeah, this is just a part of Disney's
Yeah.
portfolio, and it's not only ABC network is just the highest value of that set of channels, but that includes the the networks that it includes in this bid is um the ABC network. It includes FX
Mm-mm.
network, which they have the shows like
And how much he
American
offering?
Horror
What's he
Story,
saying?
Atlanta, Nat Geo, and Nat Geo. That's a big, big
Yeah, he
thing.
has.
So
You
his
need big money,
offer,
bro. You need big money for that.
yeah. So his offer is 10 billion, 10 B's.
Hmm.
Um, and
Mm,
so
I don't see Disney going for it. Sorry.
you really don't, yeah, because but the thing is, why these are even being sold by Disney or why they're on
Mm-hmm.
the market is because they are considered quote unquote failing. Like they've seen year over year decline in like revenue, and all the most of the revenue comes from advertising
This is
dollars,
true.
and so that's what it looks like. The problem is, and on top of the fact that even now with the writer's strike and everything, they're getting hit pretty hard, so they're looked at as sinking ships by Disney. um but yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen because Allen is he's very vocal because it was a battle for him to get the Weather Channel, and he owns some other networks that, like, in terms of getting advertising dollars, he's been very vocal about some things that go on in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like even if he has the money, there still might be some, because these are all made decisions made by a board. Like, not one person could
Mm-hmm.
say, okay, he has the money, sell it. There are going to be people who are like, oh, we don't like Allen, we don't like Byron
Yeah,
Allen.
because he's black.
um
Okay,
he's black, and he's vocal. He calls out the
that's
BS.
very very true.
Um
And I don't see Disney. I don't see it. Sorry. Always aim high as a businessman, but I think this is out of reach for you because you are a black man and Disney is a household name. Okay? So I don't think 10 billion will cut it. I don't think so.
well, we don't well, I don't
Sinking
well
ship
we
or
don't know
not,
because we don't.
like Disney,
Yeah,
the type of volume of portfolios that Disney has, it's ridiculous. So
Yeah, but we have to see that's his bid. So there's other the fact that there's a bid means there's other
True.
people
That is true.
in the thing. So that's this is just Byron Allen's
I
bid.
mean, I
But
don't
it
want to
looks
make
like
it sound like a black man can't, because he could do whatever the
yeah.
hell, right? It's that those forces that will stop him purely because he's black. You know what I
Mm,
mean? Yeah. So good luck. Good luck, friend.
mm. Well, good luck. So Allen, in addition to this bid that he can and he may win or may not, he also owns the Weather Channel and some other ones which fall under that whole network of the Weather Channel: Pets TV, Comedy, Recipe TV, and the
Right.
Griot, and a bunch of other smaller networks. So hopefully he that works out, but we shall see.
Good luck, Byron.
Good luck. So we're gonna move into music news because we had a lot of uh things that we wanted to
Mm-hmm.
talk about, especially around the
But let's
VMAs
get
as
Diddy out the
well.
damn way, because, like, honestly,
Get Diddy out. Get Kim. Kim wants Diddy
I
out the
can't
way.
with him.
Can we all tell that Kim doesn't like Diddy?
Stand him. I can't stand him. I can't stand him. You see? Ugh.
um.
I just can't.
So he's been doing a big press tour for his new album called the Love Album, Off the Grid.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I have listened to most of it. I've listened to most of it, and it's a mostly R&B flavored album.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually really good. It's really good. And but this is when Diddy's in his bag. I personally think when he is producing and he's on the back end, because even Diddy Dirty Money, the one he did with Don Richard
Mm-hmm.
and Kalina, was a really brilliant album. People don't even know Diddy Dirty Money was really good. And so that flavor is in this, and that's why I enjoy it. The features are mad.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy features. Some of my favorites were The Dream, obviously The Weekend. You can't go wrong with The Weekend.
Mm-hmm.
You can't go wrong with The
Yeah, I
Weekend.
know.
Um,
Yeah.
Sway Lee, Jasmine
Mm-hmm.
Sullivan. Of course, Mary's on
Mm-hmm.
here. Mary's on
Yeah.
here. But
Use.
anyway,
Mm-hmm. Go on. Mm-hmm.
yeah. But anyway, it's actually a very good album. Very good listen.
You know what?
And I
Let me
love the
just correct
opening.
myself.
Hmm.
It's not that what I can't stand Diddy for is his business ethics. I just can't.
Yes.
I just can't get under that, man. And at times he seems very demonic in his actions, and that
Hmm.
I can't get behind either.
Hmm.
It's not that Diddy isn't a wicked producer. Like, let's just be
Hmm.
clear. He is the bomb when it comes to producing
Hmm.
a really good album. He knows what he's doing.
Hmm.
He's in his element. However,
Yeah.
it's what he does afterward. You know what I mean? It's like what you come to find out that he's actually done in the background, and then tries to play it off like, uh, oh, me? Oh, no.
Hmm.
Me? Oh,
Yeah.
no way. And
Hmm.
it's like, Diddy, you did it for the whole of your damn career, Gretchen. You did it the entire time that we've known there was a Puff Daddy. Before there was a P. Diddy, there was a Puff Daddy. Before there was a Brother Love, there was a Puff Daddy. Okay? So for me, I wish that he would have better business ethic, because he then turns around and wants to whine and bitch and complain about the other, record execs, and how, the white man is trying to use us as black people. Like, you do all of that, yet you are doing the same thing to your own people. So I have a hard time getting down with Diddy, but I'm not going to say he doesn't make good music. Like, two things can be true at the same time. And he can make good music, and he knows who to put on a track. That's the one thing. He has an ear. He has a knack for that, where he puts the right voices on the right track. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But I'm not getting your damn album. Okay, I don't want nothing to do with it, sir.
It's worth a
I'll
listen.
listen to
Listen,
it on
Kim.
the
Even if
radio. I'm not getting listen,
for
Diddy, I can't support you nor endorse you. I can't. I just can't.
okay, guys. Well, I respect Kim's decision. I mean, there are people. I'm trying to think if there's anybody I just won't listen to for ethics. I'm trying to really think outside of R. Kelly. Well, I've R. Kelly is controversial, but I'll try not to listen to R. Kelly. But I'm trying to think if there's anybody else that I really like, literally on a spiritual level, don't agree with, and I don't listen to their music. I don't know.
Well,
I don't.
R.
I can't
Kelly
think
is
of it.
a good place to start. But there were too many damn babies made to his music. You understand what I'm telling you? Like too many damn children were made to R. Kelly's music. And same thing. Like he knows he could make good music. Like I'm not taking away his talent.
Yeah.
Like he could make music, man. He was brilliant. However, I can't get down with the rest of it. So
Mm,
because I can't do that, it's like your music suffers. You know what I mean? Like
yeah.
that's just the truth.
Mm, That's
You
fair.
know.
That's fair. But objectively, very good album, listeners. Okay, so quick thing. So he did the album. I called out some of the features. The intro is a really good intro. Like you can't really afford to mess up that, but and the song that he has with Dirty Money, very beautiful. The song that he has with Sway Lee, and of course, another one of Me, The Weekend, which is a single that's out right now.
Mhm.
Those are my call
Mhm.
outs. It's a long album, but it's a good album. All right, so he was on the Breakfast Club, kind of obviously promoting this, and there is a couple of things that he called out. I don't know if we talked about this already last week, or if it's just when we were talking about the episode, but he called out, like, we were talking about the publishing thing
Mhm.
last week with the, and that this was something that was 2 years in the making, that most of them probably already got theirs. It's just it was finally complete recently, and that's why it made the news cycle. So that's one
Mhm.
thing. Something though, a clip I showed you from Aubrey O'Day is going around
Mhm.
from a podcast that she did, and she said that she is pretty much indifferent and that she is not taking it because it's of her belief she can make more money with her story, because some of the conditions that she outlined
Mhm.
in her receiving her publishing for this work that she did with while she was on Diddy's label
Mhm.
is that she cannot say anything disparaging about Sean Combs, his son, or his mother, or Bad Boy Records.
So
So
when
those
you
are the
make a
four main
clause
things.
like
Yeah,
that, when you put in a clause like
it's
that, it's like you're giving
it's
yourself
sus.
freedom to your mom, your son, and yourself to abuse these artists.
Mm.
I don't like that clause. But you see the kind of grimy shit that I'm talking about with Diddy.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that is like, because and that pretty much confirms
Mhm.
my thinking last week, where he's doing this. It's not 100% altruistic,
Mhm.
which I acknowledge. Nobody does anything else. It's very hard to find people who truly do things 100% for the kindness out of their heart. Very rare,
Mhm.
more or less somebody who's rich and famous, right? But essentially he said on the interview that, yeah, like I want to um give back my artists their things,
Mhm.
and because it's the right thing to do.
Mm.
That's what he said. It's the right thing to do. However, when you're putting in clauses about people can't be disparaging about your name and your brand and whatever else, it's like,
Right?
you're trying to clean up your image right now. And right now it's like you guys gotta live with it. It's a part of your story now, Diddy. But I still think it's right that you did it, whether people look at it good or bad. Okay, so we're gonna get off of Diddy now. Diddy is doing a whole
Yeah.
promo. Everybody, he can't you're not gonna be able to get away from him
No.
in the next
But
couple of weeks.
no. Doesn't
So
seem like it.
all right, so we'll move on into the VMAs, MTV Music Awards.
Yes. Yes, please.
And it caught me by surprise, because normally it's like, at least, even if I don't have cable, so I never watch it live, but at least have an idea that it's coming up, so I'll like be kind of looking out for the highlights or
Mhm.
whatever. But anyway, the VMAs is one of the more fun award shows, because you always know something's gonna go
Right?
down. There's gonna be a crazy performance or some drama's gonna go on. It's a VMAs is a legacy place where Britney and Madonna and Christina Aguilera performed together, and
Mhm.
Britney kissed the two pop stars. This is where Lil Kim's titty popped out.
Mhm.
This is where this is where one of the places where when Kanye was doing his apology tour and he performed Runaway after embarrassing himself and Taylor Swift
Mhm.
at the
Right
Grammys the
here.
year before.
Mhm.
Lots of incidences. So there's always going to be
Yeah.
something. So anyway, we're going to go through. I didn't see like any of the winners. I should have looked at the winners, but like let's go with the
Yes,
outfits that
please.
stood
I've
out.
been dying.
Um Usually people are a little bit more sexy and fun. This is like, a little bit more
Laid
racy
back a little bit more.
show.
Mhm.
But I'm gonna say a few that are I know are gonna be controversial to you.
Mhm.
But first of all, I liked Chloe's outfit. She tamed it down. It was cute, it was sexy but
Mhm.
classy.
Sure did. Yeah.
Um, I also liked. I know it's controversial, but I thought
Are
Sweetie's Bam
you
Bam
kidding
outfit was
me?
cute. I know. I
Are
just thought it was
you?
cute. I don't know why. I know a lot of people hated it, but I thought it was cute. I don't know why. I don't know. I have a soft spot for Bam Bam. I don't know.
She just
And
needed to make that
Megan,
top bone a little smaller.
the bone was a bunch. The bone was
It
much, and it
was
was
it
like the
was
bone
going
was like
all
half of
around
her
her neck,
torso.
all in the back of her. Like, bro, cut that down.
The bone, maybe I think the bone was too big for her
I
body
think
frame,
so.
but
Something.
I think I like the concept. I like the
Yes, and the
concept of it.
dress was very nice. Like the actual
The
dress
color,
was
yeah.
very nice, and
Hmm.
you could have still got the
And then finally Megan,
yes,
and
Megan.
even those, and though even though Cardi now, I don't know, Cardi in the last four, actually Cardi's been actually top of the
Pretty
fashion
much since the
uh
beginning of
uh
her career.
things for a
For
while. Almost, I wouldn't say the beginning, but like when she from since she got big, like she blew up and she had her first album, she's been. I don't know why I forget this, but yeah. So I shouldn't be surprised. But yeah, I liked Cardi, Meg, and then there's one more. I actually like Tiffany's outfit.
yes,
I
Tiffany's
really
was
like
very
Tiffany's outfit.
nice. It was very nice.
Yeah. So.
And for me,
What?
I'll say Nicki Minaj. I thought that was different. I thought it was a little different.
Ah, I did. Yes. Yes.
It
Yes.
was a little
Yes.
different. It had a little, flair to it where it brought interest to the dress. Meg was
Yeah.
actually one of my top as well. I thought she looked
Yes. Yeah. She
stunning.
dressed for her body. Yeah.
She looked stunning, and she knows how to proportionate her body because she is a taller woman. So I
Hmm.
thought her dress looked really, really cute. Um, oh, what's her name again? She's times seven. What's her name? Oh,
What did she do?
uh, Selena Gomez. What am I thinking? Selena Gomez's
Oh
dress was
yeah,
really pretty. It
it's
was
cute.
really
She's.
cute,
It's funny.
and
It's funny because with her, she has the face of somebody who's supposed to be like more fluffy,
yes.
but then she's small. And then it's like, so I never, I just, and she still has a child, like she's starting to look older, but she still kind of has a child face. So it's always weird seeing an outfit. Like I feel like this dress on another woman, I would love.
Well, you know what? I think about the beginning of her career and when
Hmm.
she was with Justin Bieber, and
Yeah,
she was, a lot of people came after her, and she looks like a little boy, and she doesn't have a woman's body, and blah, 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 blah. Well, now she has a woman's body.
yeah.
She
No,
looks,
she's
I
a.
think, well proportioned. You can tell she's had some work done, but
Mm.
it's not. She didn't go over the hill yet. You know what I mean? Like it's
No, no,
still
no.
very tasteful. And why she's
It's tasteful.
Spanish? She's a señorita around here, and you can tell in her dress like the flare. I liked the color contrast with
Mhm.
the pink carpet. Um, I thought it fit her really well. Like you could see that this was tailored for her. So those are my
Mm.
top three. An honorable mention in my eyes would be um, what's her name now? Cardi B's outfit was I. It was to me. It was
It was
I.
okay. I thought it was. It looked like it weighed like 50
right? And
pounds,
it
so
really
it
is
looked it is cool.
accentuated like her lower half, which didn't,
Mm, it wasn't
it wasn't
flattering.
flattering in that dress, but it was I. What's her name now? Oh God, sorry, I'm trying to remember her name. Um, the hips lady. What's her name again? Oh,
Oh, Shakira.
Shakira. Yeah, I'm sorry, Shakira. But Shakira's dress
The
was
way.
very
Mhm,
nice. She has a really nice
mm.
body. Like I think that
Oh
since
yeah,
she's come on the scene, she has a really nice
yeah.
body, and she's one of those bodies that can kind of put on anything and it will look great on her. But I liked her
Mm,
little gold number. She had a little gold number going on. It was looking cute and stuff.
mm.
So yeah, but those are my honorable mentions. And Tiffany Haddish, definitely, she was up there
Yeah,
for me.
yeah. She looked great. Because it's hard, with the sheer, it could look classless real easy,
Real
right? So
easy,
if you can make sheer look classy, automatic
right?
points.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay, cool. I totally agree with everybody you called out. I'll say one that was not flattering.
Hmm.
I don't know if you saw the site, if you were looking at the people site the same as me, but Demi
Yeah,
Lovato, that big jacket with the shoulders.
yeah. I don't know what that was
It's
about.
hard for me to criticize Doja. It's hard for me to criticize Doja because Doja always has a vision. She's like
Yeah.
what's her
Uh-huh.
name? She's like Lady Gaga. Like
She's
they're
trying to
not
be.
going to be
Trying to
best.
be.
They're going. They're going for a theme. They're going for shock value. They're going to promote whatever they need to promote. So with Doja, it's always like she made a decision, and that's just what
But
it
Doja
is.
Cat
So
made her nipples the damn spiders in the web. Okay?
yeah.
She made her damn nipples a spider in the web. Like, I just. Doja, like, you border insanity for me. Like, you border insane. Okay? Like, I don't know. I can definitely appreciate the artistic. Doja Cat
Mm,
has a banging body. Like, her body's banging.
yeah,
And
yeah,
she
yeah.
has a beautiful face. But when we're
Mm.
cutting off eyebrows and we're making nipples into spiders, like I just can't get down with it. I have a hard time fully accepting it.
Well, we know there's an intense debate going on around Doja Cat and her music right now that we can have it in another
Yes.
episode, and we started talking about it. But um, yeah. So Doja is gonna be Doja. I will leave it at that, I
And
guess.
one last thing I wanted to say about
Um,
Sweetie's dress. Because here's
mm,
what I liked the concept, the Bam Bam. I'm a Bam
yes, I
Bam.
think that's what I like. I like
I
the
do, but
concept,
the
and that it
bone
got
was
me.
too damn big. And the reason why I wanted to say that is because she has like a very slender face. Like her face itself,
Mm.
because she had her hair pulled back.
And she herself is looks very petite,
Right.
like small. So the bone just was taking over too much of
It
her.
just took up, I felt like it blocked her biggest asset, which is her beauty. She's very pretty.
Yes.
She's a very pretty girl. And then you put this big old, horse bone in front of your face and we can't see the pretty girl that you are. You know what I mean? And so it would
Mm.
have been nice if they didn't put it on the up top and they left it in the middle. Because I think you would have still
Yeah.
got the same concept.
They could have still had that, like, have even the bone that's in the ties at her waist, like, even if they kept it at the same size,
This is what I'm saying. I just felt like the one at the
or they
top.
reversed, or they reversed
That's
it. The big
right.
bone, like that's
That's what they should have did. They should have reversed the two bone them, because her face is what pulled the, like, it pulls it all together because she's a pretty girl.
Mhm.
And also I didn't look like it was tailored for her.
Yeah, I know the weight, the hips.
That,
It's
and
like I kind of
it
like.
looked too long. Like it looked too, like it was for
Mm,
somebody who was a lot taller than her.
yeah.
So, but it was a nice
But
color.
they had a good idea. It was a good concept. It was a good concept, not necessarily completely fitted for her, but a concept that if we saw it on maybe a taller person, it would have knocked it out of the
Yeah, and
park.
she has pictures of herself kissing up the bone and licking the bone and all sorts of things. And I'm like, bro, we don't want to emphasize the bone. Um,
It's
We really don't.
okay. So I found some of. I'm gonna go through the topics, the categories that we might care about or
Mhm.
we know, because there's some in here that I just had no idea. But I'll just say right now, I already see Taylor Swift's "Anti-Hero," which is my actually favorite song on her album, "Anti-Hero." Won a shit ton of awards. Let's
Yep.
put it there. I'll just stop it. She won direction, she won best pop, she won, so whatever. We knew Taylor, if there's one thing Taylor is gonna do if she has an album,
Right?
is sweep them things, especially at MTV. They love Taylor. So anyway, we'll go to the main ones. Four main ones for me. So video of the year, Taylor Swift, which is Anti-Hero.
Mhm.
I would say my honorable mention would be SZA's Kill Bill video. I love that
Yes.
song. I love that video.
Yes.
Very brilliant. Artist of the year, again, Taylor Swift. I would say my honorable mention, even though it's my honorable mention would go to Doja Cat. Although maybe Doja had a crazy year, so then it would be Beyonce. That's just me. Song of the year went to, again, guess,
Mhm. Just say it.
Taylor Swift.
Mhm. Mhm.
And then I'll leave it here, the last one. Best new artist.
Mm.
Best new
If you
artist.
say her name, okay. Go ahead.
Okay, I'm gonna say Ice Spice. Ice Spice. You didn't expect that.
No, I
Who did you
didn't, and
think it
I
was gonna
thought you
be?
were gonna say "Sexy Red," and I was gonna say, "What the hell is the world coming to?" Even the VMAs don't know what the hell they're doing. Listen, okay, I listen. I can't get down with "Sexy Red." I just can't get down with it. But now she has "Sweet" on the Billboard charts, topping number one.
What is it? Ski
Sweet,
Woo!
okay. Yeah, let's leave that to her. But Ice Spice. Well,
Yeah, it was Ice Spice, which is makes I'm okay
I
with that
am,
because
but I think
mhm,
a lot of people call her like an industry plant, and so this
yeah,
kind of doesn't help the case.
this doesn't
It
help.
doesn't help.
This doesn't
But I mean,
it doesn't help.
I'll give her credit where credit's due. Like she came from the bottom and she
Yeah,
got quick, fast, and in a hurry, and she's at the
I
gala.
would.
She's at this. She's at, you know what I mean?
She has a song. She has a song with Taylor Swift. So
I
I mean,
right.
it's pretty much
There's
set.
not much to say after that, right? Um,
Yeah, like
but let's just be real. I think that in terms of the black culture, Kanye
mhm.
put you on, Taylor Swift. He put you on when he came to the VMAs and interrupted. Okay, because at that point, I feel like people knew who Taylor was, but it was only
No, no. Okay, I have correction in history. I have to correct the history because I know the history. She got interrupted at the Grammys. That incident happened at the Grammys, and then the following year, he created a song called on his album. I believe it's Dark, Beautiful Twisted Fantasy. I believe it was on Runaway, where he's like, "Let's make a toast for the assholes.
right.
Let's do a dun 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 dun," and he references that whole incident at the Grammys. But yes, I can't say that because Taylor is just too big.
No, it was
I
big, but
can't say
I
that,
feel
but
like
she.
she's gotten
Mm,
big over all genres. Like everybody knows who she
yes,
is. All demographics knows
yes.
who she is. At the
Mm,
beginning of her
mm.
career, not to say that she couldn't have gotten there by herself. I think that Kanye kind of jump started that for her. In terms of the black culture paid closer attention to Taylor Swift at that time.
Mm,
At that time, we're not thinking, fast forwarding all the way till now, where she's such a household name, she's such a big deal.
mm.
I'm talking about back
Yes.
then when she was a big deal, but not as she is now. Across all genres, across all cultures, across all races, you know about Taylor Swift.
Oh yeah, and here, well, I don't agree with that point of view, but here's what I'll say about Taylor Swift. She did transition. I don't think the catalyst was Kanye, but she did transition from a sweet. She kind of started in the country pop area, which is very
Mm-hmm.
niche, I believe, right? When she was a young, like I don't know, 15, 16, she started young, and she eventually moved over to pop. Everybody goes to
Mm-hmm.
pop because pop is where the money's at. And as a young white woman with blonde
Right?
hair
And blue
doing pop, it's
eyes.
like your success
Mm-hmm.
is. is pretty much carrying, like, you know what I mean? I hate to say it, doesn't take
No,
much. I'm gonna
doesn't.
be honest. But she is. I will object. I do listen. I give credit where credit is due. She is a very good
Yes.
writer. Maybe the only thing is if you don't like if it's too poppy, but she'll always have something in there. She'll every album she has, there's two where I'm like, okay, girl.
Right?
So I'm gonna say that it would this is something that would have come easy to her regardless, but she continues to pop out
Right.
quality. So that's why I'm just like, I'll let Taylor live. But what I won't let
Right?
happen is the folks that are trying to say that Taylor's concert is better than
No.
Beyonce's. That's
No.
where I
No.
draw the line.
We're getting
I'm sure
ridiculous.
Taylor is putting on a show. Taylor is probably dancing her little self off. And I said, you guys, I give her credit. She's a talented writer and she makes amazing songs. I haven't seen her perform, but the little clips that I have seen, that can't be what we're comparing to Beyonce. And I'm actually it's so funny because one of my favorite comedians, female comedians, went on a little rant on this, and I'm actually gonna play it because I literally was like, she spoke to my
Mm-mm.
soul when she did this, and I was like, thank you, thank you, thank you. The people them are mad if they think this is
Right?
true. So I'm going to play it right now. Taylor Swift. Oh, here we go. Better than Beyonce in concert. Child.
Please.
I said, I'm sorry, did I mess up and go to hell? Is this hell? What is this? Is this a Twilight Zone episode? Taylor, I'm gonna give you your props.
Right?
You a beautiful woman. Great spirit. Hit that guitar like nobody. Okay? What a humanitarian you are. Can nobody take that from you? And you're stellar and you're tall, they said. Wonderful person, the angel. How dare I about to say what I'm about to say? But let's get it real. I love you, okay? In certain ways. Don't ever let these people ever open their mouths again and say put you in a comparison with Beyonce. Because I'm telling you, except for these crazy ass little white girls that don't have no sense in their
Okay.
brains, nobody on God's green earth, okay, think you better than Beyonce in anything. Okay? Yeah, so that's the clip.
And
And I
period.
died.
Okay.
It's like, what are we
No.
talking about here?
Mm-mm.
I love you, Taylor. Like she said, I love you. And I hate the comparison conversations in any genre across anything. Women, men, races, types of music. I just hate that. But the people are bringing it up, I'm like, stop it! Don't do this. If we bring it up, then now we're gonna have to get the
Right?
receipts.
The joke
Ugh,
is
I
that
don't want to do
Beyonce
it.
has been performing like this since she was a kid. Okay, she's had the drive, she's had the vision, she's had the talent just
And
oozing
she
out of her
and she's
pores.
40. She's 42, and so lots of people who've seen her before said this is her best show. Her best show. So if this is her best show at 42, and she's been blowing people out of their minds for over 20 years,
I'm sorry. Taylor,
then anyway, I'm sorry. I went on a tangent. I didn't want this to be this, but it's like I saw this clip. I was like, thank you, because why? I don't even like the fact this should even be a thing. There should be no Taylor versus anybody and no
no,
Beyonce
it
versus
shouldn't be
anybody, and especially no
no, there shouldn't be
Beyonce's
because
versus
they're in the
anybody.
same, like this, in the same industry. However, Beyonce, she's at the top of the industry. She's in a whole league of her own, and
She's in a
a
whole league of her own when
whole
it comes
league
to
of her own.
performing.
You know,
Like, even if people don't like R&B or they don't like Beyonce's music, there's nothing, you still can't deny that she is the performer of our generation.
she
She just
is, and she's
is.
a
Her
very,
and Usher.
very talented woman. Very talented woman,
Mm-hmm.
and not just talent, but she's a very strong businesswoman. Okay, and
Oh yeah.
while we're here on Beyonce's internet, I'm gonna be straight up
Mm,
real with you, Taylor.
mm, mm.
You looked to Beyonce. Okay, you at one point had to look and level up and try to reach Beyonce's stature. She is so far gone in the atmosphere. I'm sorry. There's not many people, especially in this generation, that can even, you know, I don't know, you can't even really look that high. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You just can't look that
Yeah.
high.
So,
She is of the old
and she's
generation.
not.
Her role models, right, in the industry were people who were of excellence. You know, Whitney Houston, Shaka Khan, Alita,
Hmm. Tina.
uh,
Tina Turner.
Tina Turner. She had Diana Ross singing songs to her just
Oh
the other
shit!
day.
Diana Ross was singing "Happy Birthday" to
Diana
her.
Ross, go look it up, children. Diana Ross was singing to her. Okay, so that's when we know, okay, that we're on a whole different level. So she's what is it, a late millennial? Because she's 42.
Yeah.
So she's one of those
Yeah.
people like us who have we're the in between people. We've seen the
Mm.
generations of Diana Rosses and Aretha Franklin, and we've seen Tina Turner, and we've also seen the up and comings like the Whitney Houstons of the. So we were able to see what real talent looks like, right? And how close Beyonce, she's in that realm, even though she's the
She's in
baby
that
of the
realm.
realm. She's in that realm. She's so Taylor,
Yeah, she's cut. She's literally cut from the cloth
different
of Michael
cloth.
Jackson in terms of.
Sorry,
Mm,
Taylor. We all love you, and yeah, you got the bops,
mm,
girl. Like I'm not gonna take your
mm.
stripes away from you because you've been in this industry holding it down too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? In your
Hmm.
own lane, but right, we're not gonna put you in the comparison of Beyonce because
No, let's
let's
stop
just
it.
be real. It
Stop
would
it right.
you'd lose. You know, you'd lose, and badly,
That's okay,
badly,
and
you
that's
know.
all right.
So
Yeah.
we'll just give you your props where they're at. You know what I'm saying? Because I like some Taylor Swift too. Like, don't get me fucked up. Like, I love me
Mm.
some Taylor
Like I
too.
like that. Like it's you, it's me. I'm the problem. Like what? I'll give Taylor that. Listen, I'll sing a Taylor
Right?
song.
Okay, when she's telling people we have bad blood, yes, I was on it with you, girl. Bad blood. However, Beyonce done did that. She's in a different,
Yeah,
atmosphere.
but I as long and I think she's and Yamanika was saying like don't let these people gas you up, and I think like our friend Adele, I think Taylor doesn't buy into that. I'm sure she doesn't. So that's why I give Taylor grace. It's just the people that are having these toxic conversations and even making it
And
a
I
debate
don't
is
think
like
Taylor
stop this.
even wants to be compared to her, to be quite
No,
honest, because she knows
no,
it
I
would
don't
be
think
a
so. No.
losing battle. I think she knows that. Like, she knows that down pat. It would be a losing
Yeah,
battle,
as an experienced performer and artist, she knows what
right?
it
Or at
is.
least she should. So, and Taylor kind of crosses me as the type of person who doesn't like to be compared. Period. Like,
Yeah, she
just
shouldn't. Again, I
yeah,
agree. She should
yeah.
not. Yeah.
But
Nice. So that was the VMAs. Very fun. I
yes.
and one call out. The only performance I think I saw two performances only. Because SZA's team, she didn't perform because they said they didn't nominate her for Best Artist because she's a part of TDE, which is Kendrick Lamar's
Mm-hmm.
label. She's a part of that label, and her manager pulled her out from performing because they didn't nominate her for Best Artist. And I agree because SZA's album, for some, I get like when it came out, I was complaining, but I know I pussy popped and backtracked. I think I remember, especially on this show. I had a review 1 week, and a week or two later, I said, you know what,
Right?
I actually,
Right?
and
Mm-mm.
it was on the charts. It was top of the billboards for over 10 weeks.
Mm.
So regardless of what anybody thinks, that was like one of the pop, or she did go in the pop direction, but she's always gonna have a little R&B flavor,
Mm-hmm.
pop or R&B, whatever. That was the top album for especially in a time when there was no album that can hold number one. So her not being nominated for Best Artist is objectively, when I was like, oh, she wasn't. I didn't think nothing. Like when I saw the list, I didn't think where's SZA, but when you say it, I was like, yeah, SZA needed to be on that. So I don't wrong them for not putting her on there. But anyway, performances. So they performed. Cardi B and Meg performed their new song
Mm-hmm.
called Bongos,
Mm-hmm.
And my opinion of that song, whew, that sounds so annoying. The video was hot, everybody looked good, but I like there's a few lines, there's like some bars that I like, but that a beat is annoying as
Right?
hell for me. It's like bah bah
Yeah, I
bah.
know.
Like that's like that would drive me insane. Like,
I
um,
personally didn't think
so
there were much bars on that song, but I
mm,
mean, there was a
I
jab
think
here
yeah,
too, but
yeah,
like, nah. It was like I've
it was
heard
cute.
better.
It was nothing
I've heard
crazy.
better even
It was
from
just cute.
Cardi. I've heard better.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Cardi can
No, well,
lay
Cardi's
it down.
writers. Let's just keep it real. Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, and then Doja performed one of her songs, and I always enjoy seeing Doja perform. I really like that.
Mhm.
But then I saw a little bit of Nicki during the hip hop thing, just a little bit of that. But yes, that's what I saw. Anyway, we'll move on from the VMAs. It
Yes.
got a lot of time, but that's a big cultural moment, and we on this show we want to talk about big cultural moments, especially that are within our
Mhm.
culture.
Oh, and I wanted to say
So yeah.
Nicki Minaj
Mm,
as the host, even though we only saw her
yes.
maybe 3, 4 times, but anyway, even her
Mm.
as the host, I think she has the personality to be a host. We've
Oh,
seen
of
her on.
course. She's funny
She's
as fuck.
she's she's hilarious. We've seen her on,
Mhm.
what was it? America's Got Talent. She was a judge at one point.
Yeah.
And I really think she
Mhm.
has that personality to be a good host because she can keep the
Oh,
she's
you know what she was
entertaining.
on? She was actually on American Idol,
Idol,
and
sorry,
then she had
that's
drama.
correct.
Yes, and she had drama with Mariah
Yes, her and
Carey,
Mariah
and
never
it
get
got.
long. They never get long at all. Yes, but Mariah's too damn stush for Nikki. Because Nikki's real. At the end of the day,
Mhm. Especially
right?
then
Back
times.
then. Now she's a little bit, nah, she knows how to pick her words wisely. But for the most part, back then she'd come at you. Like she's not letting you slide. And she'd be
If
very
she noticed the
clever. She's a very
disrespect.
clever woman. So yeah. I think Mariah was too bougie back then. But anyway, maybe she's had a humble pie since her ex-husband slash baby daddy is having children left, right, and damn center. Maybe she had a little slice of humble pie. But back then, Nicki Minaj showed us all that she's entertaining and she's a
Oh
really
yeah.
good host, even though we only saw her maybe
Mm.
about 4 times. And
Yeah, she didn't really host the full
right,
thing.
yeah, she didn't. But she looked good though. She looked good doing
She
it
looked
though.
good, yeah.
She did. And she has that snapback. Like the other day she was looking kind of fluffy and now she's like
Mm.
snatch. I was like, okay, Miss Nikki, all right, girl. Looking good in your pinks and your thing.
And listeners, you need to know this is big because Kim is not a big
No,
Nicki
I'm not.
Minaj
I'm really
fan.
not.
So she's giving a
I
lot of credit
am.
where
I
credit's
am,
due.
and I feel like she's grown. Like I feel
Yeah.
Nikki has grown up a bit. And I think she's really entertaining. And I never want to take away from people's talent,
No, you
right?
haven't. You've always said if not on the show, I could say because I'm a bigger Nicki fan. Is you always say, you know what, Nicki has
She has
bars. Like you
bars.
always say that. You just it's not your
No,
taste.
it's too theatrical.
Mm,
Too theatrical for me
yeah,
sometimes.
yeah,
But
that's it.
she has bars. And to be quite
Mm.
honest, I'm gonna go a step up, okay? And I'm gonna give her a
Okay, wait.
compliment.
Okay,
And I'm gonna say that right
okay.
now, Nikki, you are the only one in the game that has them type bars.
Oh yeah,
Period. Hands
straight.
down, you're the only one in the game, Nikki, who has them type
But I
bars.
want to say she's the only one, but they've been whoever Cardi's writers are, they've been trying with her. They've been giving Cardi's last features. I was like, shit, she's been having crazy bars in her features, in
Yeah,
particular, in the
but you
last
see, I
few
can't
months.
get down with that. You know why? Because somebody else's words. You see, this is why I can give
Mm,
Nikki the credit that is due because she writes her own rap. So she has to be creative. She has to have, a different flow, a different, you know, way of conveying her message. She has to be
yeah,
very
I think
clever.
when
And so for her to write her, like, I'm from the old school where you wrote your own
yes,
raps, okay? Or you spit
yeah,
your own raps. Not this new generation where you have writers and doing all this shit for you, because then I don't feel like you're necessarily a rapper. I feel like you're more of a performer. because you're performing
You're an
somebody
artist.
else's
Yeah.
words. So when you
Yeah.
actually perform your own words, that's when I can say, yo, you're Nikki, you got bars, and they're your bars.
Well, and like you said, as you as somebody who's like a hip hop
I
connoisseur,
am.
you've said she and does embody what it is that a true with all the theatrics and the drama and all that she extraness she brought to it. At the core, she embodies what a true MC is supposed to be from what we think of an MC from like the 90s onto like the modern times, right? And like you said, it's flow, you're writing your own rhymes, it's
Yep.
cadence,
Yep.
right? And originality and a little bit of like yeah, your own
Right.
flavor, your own pin.
Exactly.
So it's like you have all the things where you have flow, wordplay, like I said, voice but and voice control. But then there's also like something where you always know that is Nikki,
Right?
right?
It
Whatever
doesn't
that
matter what
means.
song
Yeah.
she's on. From time she makes her presence, you know it's her. So, like,
Yeah.
we're not gonna go out of pocket here with Big Nikki here, because me and Nikki, we have a relationship. But anywho, I'm gonna
Yeah.
give her the fact that she is very talented. Like, she's very talented in what she does.
At the
And
end of
if
the
you
day.
go back
Yeah.
to what reggae, hip hop was really about, and what rap was really about, that's what she embodies. She embodies what rap is really supposed to be about. And the people that mess with Nikki, they only mess with Nikki because she got bars. Because in order for you
Mm,
to see past all the theatrics, you got to have some bars, right? So I can
mm,
ignore the fact that, the multicolored wigs and the big bright makeup and all of this extra stuff, the Roman voice and all that. I can it kind of get past that because you have bars that I want to listen to. But if you don't have no
mm,
bars, right. So at least, Little Wayne, which is for me, he has bars for days. Like, he
mm.
shits out bars. Like, honestly. And so for him to even mess with someone like Nikki, you know that she has to have some sort of talent, and she is very talented at what she does, and she has grown, and you can see that her rap has grown. Her rap game, her pen skills, her cadence, her flow, all of it has developed and grown, and I can appreciate that. When someone else is writing your shit, where's the growth? There is no growth. Like, I feel
Mm.
like I kind of grew up with Nikki. Do you know what I mean? From when she was that young
Yeah.
not teenager, young 20-odd-year-old woman to where she is
Mm,
right now. I can take a song from back then, like Pills and Potions, and listen to
mm.
it and see her growth to where she is right now with Ice Spice and Princess Diana. Like, I can see
Whew.
the difference. I can actually hear it in her rap. You know what I'm saying? So that I can respect. But when it comes to people like Cardi B, I'm sorry, Cardi B. I don't care who the hell comes from me. At the end of the day, you can't rap because they're not yours. They're not yours. They're somebody else's words that you're just gurgitating. So enough of that in the VMAs. I'm getting off topic with
Yeah.
all these
We're getting
compliments.
out. Yeah, we went off, but it was a good. These are good topics. These are topics that Kim and I have talked about and debated about. We have. It's so funny, but yeah, we'll get off of that.
Mm-hmm.
And next week I was looking forward to be talking about Drake's new album For All the Dogs, but looks like he pushed it out to October 6th again.
Yeah, isn't
So
his birthday in
look out for
October?
that. Yeah, his birthday's in October too. So I don't. I think it's before his birthday, but I do think maybe we'll see. That was
Mm-hmm.
planned, so we will see. But that's the next album I'm looking forward to talking about. But we'll
It's
move on to
October
our
twenty
first
fourth.
segment.
Just so you know, October 24th.
It's October 20. Oh, his birthday is
Yeah, that's
October
correct.
24th.
Yeah.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, I was like, don't tell me the album is pushed past. Oh, so October 6th for all the dogs. October 6th, people. We'll be talking
Mm-hmm.
about it. Okay, so we're gonna actually move on to our first segment, which is Wagwan for real.
One, hurry.
And in this segment, we look at stories that just don't add up. They don't make much
None.
sense. We hear them or we watch them and we have to ask the question, Wa agwan
For
for real?
real.
And
For real.
if you guys don't know, if you're from the UK, if you're from Toronto, and we say Wagwan, it's like, what's going on? What's happening?
What's up? Like,
And
what's
so
really good?
this,
Mm-hmm.
what's up? what's really good. So we're going to be talking about Mr. Tyrese Gibson
Mm-hmm.
and DJ Envy.
Ugh.
And
Tyrese, Tyrese.
DJ Envy can't catch a
No, he
break. Eh?
can't.
DJ
And right
Envy
now he
can't catch
shouldn't
a
be up in nothing. Okay, you're being sued left, right, and damn center with your damn trifling ass. You should
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
cease and settle yourself, not trying to hold up people pan show. What you mean? DJ Envy is too
So
much.
we all know Tyrese in the past, I would say 5, maybe 4 or 5 years, has had it rough.
Mm-hmm.
And we know, and the only reason we know he's had it rough is because he's been publicizing it
Every step of the way.
on the
Okay?
internet.
Jeez.
On the internet, we saw the man crying, having a breakdown multiple times. Actually, he criticized people. He did a lot. He did a lot, and he has recently come out, and he had some music. Um, because if anybody doesn't know, he was married and he got a divorce within a couple of years or something with
Yeah, I
that
think
woman.
3. Mm-hmm.
Getting yeah, 2 or 3 years, and now he has a girlfriend. But anyway, long story short, Tyrese has been an emotional roller coaster.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if we just have to go on his Instagram and look him up to know that he has not been as mentally
No.
stable. That if there's one thing that's clear, it's
Yep.
that, right? And so he recently went on the Breakfast Club that got a lot of views because, it's Tyrese. Or like, okay, what's Tyrese gonna be up to here,
What
right?
crying are we gonna
You
see?
never
Was
know
he
with him.
crying again?
What's he gonna say?
Again.
And so he came on there and he said he wanted to apologize because both Charlemagne and DJ Envy admitted that they kind of blocked him off because he was not listening. Like, if there's anything I've picked up with Charlemagne in particular, is that, like, if he sees somebody that he knows and has like a solid, decent, a good, decent relationship with, going through something online, he's going to hit them
Right.
up. That's what I've not acknowledged with a lot of people that have come on and say, "Oh, you behind the scenes, you did this, you did that." So he must have did that, and then Tyrese was ignoring him or not responding, and just backlash and all this stuff. So he cut off Tyrese. Like, he cut off communication with Tyrese. Then we find out with DJ Envy now is that when DJ Envy's turn to acknowledge why he cut off Tyrese, he said, "I've seen who you were and I didn't like who you were online. When I've seen the stuff you were talking, I said, I'm going to take a step back. You talked to my wife in a disrespectful manner, and I never told anybody. You could say you were on those psych meds, and you could say you weren't. But as a man, some of the things that you said, Tyrese, deserved me to box your
Shut the
mouth."
hell up.
DJ Envy said that live on the air. I was like,
Shut
damn,
the hell
DJ
up,
Envy,
DJ Envy. Shut the hell up.
the beige rage was
What?
on 100.
Okay? It was coming for you. This beige rage. I need you to just shut the hell up, DJ MV. I can't stand his
And
ass.
so, pretty much, I saw this. I saw this, like, Tyrese trying to get himself on the show outside of, like, trying to promote whatever like, his album and his singles. And it felt kind of like, he said, it's like an apology tour. He's kind of doing like a mini apology tour for all the things that he was doing. And he did say, like, he mentioned his segments. He said, like, I was on some pills that the doctor gave me, and I was not myself, and everything like that. Which, I mean, it's fair. I think that's fair. It was clear you weren't yourself. We don't know what it was, but you clearly, something was going on. So if you say that the psych meds had you messed up, which is, that is, sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
happens, I believe him. But I also, something that, did you see it?
I did. And I saw
Or
the
you just
rant
saw clips?
afterwards. Sure did. I
Oh, you
did. I
did.
saw the
So
rant afterwards. Yeah.
what's your feeling with? Okay, so in its
Mm.
entirety, here's what I left the long. It's one of their longer
Yes.
ones because I don't think Tyrese wanted to leave.
No,
That's
he
one
didn't.
thing.
I
I
think
think
he was kind
Tyrese
of
was trying to get
bewildered by
everything.
at some point.
Yeah, Tyrese was trying to get everything off his
Right?
chest. Okay, DJ Envy tried to get him to wrap that interview at
Mm-hmm.
least 3 times. But yeah, so again, he's trying to do some type of apology tour. He felt like he was abandoned and everything like that. But forget, even if these are not celebrities, let's just think it in ourselves, for
Mm-hmm.
ourselves. Say we have a circle of friends, and then there's one friend who's online, airing out every dirty laundry, every like you're going through a bad breakup, and everything's online. And if I go to that person as a friend and say, "Okay, what's up? Can I help?" Da 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 da, and like maybe you shouldn't be doing this online, and you backlash and what are you gonna? It's natural for people to step back,
Well,
and he has to acknowledge that. Yeah, people left you alone because you would not listen.
right.
And it's fine. You would not listen because you were wrapped up in whatever messed up thing that was going on in your head at the time, a lot of emotional trauma and stuff like that happening. So you have to acknowledge, now that you're kind of coming out of it a little bit, that that happened, and maybe you felt abandoned, but like people probably felt they did what they could. You're a grown
Yeah.
man. So a grown man doing this interview, starting as a apology tour and things, you aired out things, whether you liked it or not. It was
Yep.
aired out, and people spoke their truth, whether you like it or not. You spoke your truth, and they spoke their truth. And then for you to go online after and now start, like I'm saying, is he like trying to promote something? Like now for you to go
Yes, the
back,
damn
go
song that he
online
came
and
out with
cry
the other
about it,
day. He is trying to promote some.
the love transaction. It's not a good
Yeah,
song. Like I actually, I love Tyrese's
me
first
too.
album, Sweet Lady, Signs. There's another one I can't remember what it is, but he has a very interesting, warm voice. I actually like Tyrese, but the little clips that I heard, he doesn't even sound that good. It doesn't sound like a good
Yeah.
song. But anyway, what was your
Well,
feeling?
okay, so first, with DJ Envy, okay, because I want to address DJ Envy. I think that the way that he went about it was really kind of messed up. Do you know what I mean? I feel like he kept it going by addressing
Mm.
Tyrese in that way on live air, like on the air, like really
Yeah, the box your
box
mouth
your
thing was a
mouth,
little bit much.
yo, you would have got dealt with. Okay, meet me outside type of things. But I think that because DJ Envy approached it that way, I kind of side eye him because we
Mm.
know Tyrese has been crying on the damn internet for the last 5-6 years now. Okay, this is nothing new, even beyond him taking medication for whatever mental issues that he was going through. He's been doing this, and so I'm not excusing Tyrese's behavior, but I am. You don't need to kick a man while he's down. And I feel like DJ
Mm.
Envy tried to make a big to do about it by saying you're gonna box his face. This is a grown ass man sitting in front of you, okay? Have some damn respect for the man. Seeing that you were friendly with him, seeing that you went on live and said how he helped you save your marriage. Okay? So have a little respect, have a little grace for him because he's coming to apologize. So we don't need to rub it in his face or to try to belittle him or make him seem less than,
Mm.
right? First.
Mm.
Now, with Tyrese, I need you to come off of Beyonce's internet, please, with this nonsense. You are constantly boohooing on the damn near internet, B. You spread everything so wide, like you just put everything on blast. Okay? And it's not right, Tyrese. I don't care what the hell you were going through. I really don't. You still made a conscious decision after you were told that you shouldn't to do it. So,
Mm.
missed me with that. Okay? Um, but what I will say is anybody who's going to mess with Tyrese, you should kind of expect this to happen. Like, you should
Yeah.
almost know, okay, he has loose lips. Okay? The man's, his lips is loose. So I'm not going to go on there and I'm not going to have him get so entangled into my life and to my marriage and all sorts of stuff. You went about accepting help from someone who you now say, oh, well, you were on the medication and you didn't know. So you're trying to say you'll accept his help to fix your marriage, right? However,
Hmm.
he's not of sound mind anymore because what, he's overstepped his boundaries. Well, you have to ask yourself, did you create strong enough boundaries? That's what you need to ask yourself. Okay? Because as a
Mm.
man, I don't see how you would be okay with your woman talking to Tyrese a lot. Like, he's calling her direct. Okay? No, there's no direct calls with my wife. If you're going to help me and you're going to
Mm.
be there for us cuz the Lord moved you to do so, okay.
Well, I think that's why
That's
DJ
why
Envy
he
was
said that
pissed,
he
right?
locked him off because of what he thinks he
Mm,
said to his wife. Now, however, we've
mm,
seen how Tyrese's mental state has kind of declined on live on
mm.
the damn internet. So I don't
In
understand
front of us, yeah.
how in one breath he's good enough to give you advice, but now all of a sudden you're gonna treat him like shit on the air. Like, miss me with it. DJ Envy, what your focus should be is learning how to make your damn wife come. Because at this point, she's already told the whole damn internet for the last 10 years, decade, she hasn't had an orgasm. So what you need to be focusing on
Ooh.
is your wife and making her orgasm and not disrespecting this man live, because I thought that was very disrespectful. I know for damn sure if I was on your damn radio show, and you had the nerve to tell me but you boxed me in my mouth, oh yo fam, we're having a problem, because it's disrespectful to his manhood, especially when he's
Mm,
humbling himself to come and
mm.
apologize. So
Yeah, and you know what I think happened? I think because it didn't seem it's like that it was it happened and it kind of Tyrese took it and just like kind of went with it and that was it. But you know what I think happened? I feel like Tyrese went back and he watched that interview and he's like, these guys were throwing
left,
jabs
right, and
left,
center.
like
And
they were throwing
I think Tyrese was
jabs.
bewildered. Like, I feel like he kind of was like, wait, hold on. Because Tyrese came with receipts in his rant. He came with receipts. I
Mm,
watched it. Okay. And it showed that DJ Envy, as although he's saying that he blocked him, was communicating with him this year in August.
mhm,
So miss me with it, right? So in one breath, you're saying, oh, you locked him off, but you started talking back to him, right? And so now he's on your show and you're going to try to belittle him. I don't like DJ Envy. He has really some really sketchy business practices that he is currently being sued for. Okay. On top of that, you're a little cheating little bastard. You cheated on your wife who's been beside you, faking her orgasms for the last decade. Like, I need you, okay, DJ Envy, to go have several seats. He was humbling himself to come and say and apologize. And not only did he apologize behind the scenes, but he was bringing it to the world and saying, I apologize for my behavior. You going off like that and saying, but you gonna slap him and do all of this and box him at nah, fam, that you were going too far left. You went too far left. Okay, and Charlemagne the God, like, I'll be honest, you should have checked him and you should say, you know what? He's here to apologize. So how about we focus on that? You know? Um,
mm.
and lastly, the boundaries weren't set. Okay, DJ MV. Tyrese has been going on tirades for at least the last 6, 7 years. Okay?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's
It's
been
been
bad.
bad, right? to
But
to the
here's
point
my
where people
thing.
are calling him, they call him Kyrese, like Cry Reese, okay, because he's crying all the damn time on the internet. So you know this, and you wanted to accept. You see his mental instability, yet you want to accept marital advice. This man has been this last one, I think, was his third wife. Okay, so you're accepting marital advice from someone who's been divorced 3 times? Not fam, right? So that explains that. Okay, and you didn't set any real boundaries with Tyrese because he was able to have direct access to your wife while you're sitting beside him. So while you were thinking, oh, Tyrese ain't shit, he ain't gonna do nothing, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, he's talking to your wife and making demands on your wife. Okay, so miss me with it. You didn't set strong enough boundaries for him to follow. So now, because he might have, been taking up a lot of your wife's time or being very demanding to your wife and her time, now you wanna act a fool. Now you wanna come on the radio and try to diss me, but you wanna box somebody. Listen, I wish you would. I wish you would, because that crazy ass motherfucker called Tyrese would have dealt with your ass. Tyrese don't look like
Hmm.
he's soft. In terms of, you get down and dirty with him and he will mess you up. Like, he's not the one. He's not mentally stable enough. Okay? So you
Mm.
don't want to mess with people who are not mentally stable enough, because they chances are he won't know when to stop busting your ass. So relax, DJ MV. I can't stand him, you see. I can't. stand him.
I can
I
tell.
can't stand him. But Tyrese, come off of the good internet, please. Come off. You need some
Yeah.
serious help, Tyrese. And I wish
Yeah, I think that's what I was gonna close it on, is that I think it's clear, we don't know what it is, but it's clear that
he needs
Tyrese,
help.
so he needs help. That's it. I don't know what
Not
kind of help or
drugs. He
what,
needs help.
but I do think that he d- what okay, so what were we saying, when you put your business, like, just what we say, a public
Mm-hmm.
figure, if it's a public figure, why, if you're a public figure, what, we should be able to talk about you and ask about you and your business. But if you don't put your business out there, people can't ridicule
Exactly.
you. Rid- so his main issue with not only obviously the Breakfast Club, but well, there's a lot of people, and he said in that video where he posted after the Breakfast Club interview online, where he's like, "There's a lot of names that I could be calling that I didn't
Right?
mention." So he went on the show and he went to those guys' faces and he called them out. But then, they also called him
Right?
out. But then you're angry, you have an anger, even though you're doing this apology tour, you clearly haven't made peace with the fact that you aired your dirty laundry online and made yourself a
Thank
laughing
you.
stock. And that's what Charlemagne was saying. Even though they were poking jabs or whatever, I think Charlemagne was poking jabs at him because he was like,
Right?
accountability. Yes, you could be upset with us. You're in all right to be upset with us, but you also need to show accountability for your
Right?
behavior. What, whether it was meds or not, you were disrespectful to a lot of
That's
people,
right.
and he admits
That's
that.
right.
And so you crying, coming back again to cry on the internet about it, like, that was like, I agree that that was
Mm-hmm.
disrespectful, or like I agree that DJ Envy crossed the line with that comment, but I also feel like, Tyrese, I don't think you're fully at that healing spot yet, and you need more work. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yes.
I think Wagwan for real. Tyrese is still not healed. He lost his mother, I think,
Yes.
last year, so that's probably gonna make things even
Yeah.
tougher.
Yeah.
He really needs to work on finding his peace. Don't care about anybody else. Make peace with yourself in your heart. Forget ex-wife, baby mama, all of them
Mm-hmm.
things. You know what? At the end of the day, you can only be accountable for
That's
yourself.
right.
And like you said, we lost sympathy for him long
Long time.
time.
Sorry,
So
Tyrese.
now don't expect sympathy. Take it to
Right?
God.
And leave it in his
Take it to your
inbox, please and thanks.
yeah,
Okay? Leave it in his inbox.
right.
But DJ MP, what I
And
will say is that if you are really struggling with your marriage, you should go get real counsel, not counsel for someone who's already been divorced twice. So at that point, I think that you should always seek help if you're having troubles. You should always seek help. Just be prepared, find the right source of help, because Tyrese wasn't it. And I think you learned that lesson. Tyrese, please, can you come off the internet with a crying, please? Because you are leaving yourself an open target for people like DJ Envy to say that they'd box you. And with that being said, we do hope that your hearts and minds were activated on this week's show. So whether you lead with your heart or your mind, please stay passionate and thoughtful, and we'll holla back real soon. Bye.
Bye.